Alright, good morning. We're going to make some pancakes today. I normally use a pre-mixed batter. You can get all kinds. You can get buttermilk. There's all different flavors. I use this particular one. I'm not going to show you the name because they won't show the video if I do. And a lot of people cook, they use measurements for everything, but pancakes are so easy. You just throw in a couple of spoons. I figure it's for 2 of us this morning, so maybe 4 little spoons ought to do it. And this is a pre-made batter. So I forgot to turn the grill on, so let's get the grill up to temperature. The grill should be around 350, 375. But this one here, I don't know if you can see this, but I'll do this for you. You see the brown spot in the middle? That's where the element is. And that's because it's been used. And so it's going to be hotter there than everywhere else. So I'm going to set this at 275, and I know this one usually gets up to about 350 if I do that. Alright, so I've got my basic package mix right there. And what I always add something to it to make the flavor different. And I usually add like a cornmeal and some flavorings of vanilla or an almond. But this particular batter has a slightly sugary almond vanilla flavor, so I don't need to add anything to that to give it a special flavor. So what I add is a very fine coarse cornmeal. Like I like a flapjack flavor, which is more corn, I think. And so you saw me pour in about 2 tablespoons. That's actually not quite enough, maybe a little more. There you go, maybe a 1/4 cup, and I probably got 2.5, 3 cups there of the mix. And just mix that around and in, and see how it's yellow against the white, so the pancakes come out a little more yellow, which I like. Alright, and then we add water to make it the right consistency. I don't know, that was about a cup, but I'll show you when I get it all mixed. I don't know if you can see that there, but we're mixing it now. I use a spoon, some people use a whisk. You don't want to overbeat it like a fine cake dough. You want to keep it a little coarse. See, I don't know if you can see that, but that's really way too thick. So we'll put some more water in. And if you add too much water, you can add a little more mix to thicken it up. So you don't have to. It's not as they say, rocket science. But it is. It has to be right. Everyone has different taste buds, and if you don't make this right, some people might not like it. A little thick now. Let me break down a little more of the lumps. There you go. A little slightly lumpy. That's a nice consistency. So, and I like to let that sit for about 2 minutes because the leavening agents rise and it makes a little bit fluffier pancake. So let's see what we've got here for the temperature. This is a basic thermometer, a real nice one actually. And let's see if we're around 350. $275, 300. So I'm doing it on the hot spots and the brown around the middle. 340. And the middle is the middle's 313, 300. The hot spot's 350. See the problem? I'll give it some time to carry across. Yeah, so it's 360. That's up, the hot spot's 360, 370. So by the time I get this thing greased, it'll be right. I'm going to make some of them plain and some of them with blueberries. Take a non-stick spray. And I don't know if you can see, but it all turned brown because it's too hot. You don't want that brown vegetable oil in your pancakes. So we're going to get that off of there. See how bad that is? Turn it down a little bit, it's too hot. If you had a better griddle with a thicker piece of metal, it would be more even heat. But this is what I've got. Get all that burnt oil off of there. Of course, butter is the real thing. So get some butter on here quickly. I don't want to give it a chance to burn because butter burns quicker than oil at a lower temperature. So I got my batter. There we go. One nice big spoon. There's one. There's two. I'm making them so they more or less fit right on the pan. A little more batter would be a little bit bigger, which is nice. I think I'll make this one here a little bigger. There we go. Now, I'm going to make some of these with blueberries. Put them right on top. You could mix the blueberries in the batter, but because these were frozen, I picked them off of my blueberry bushes out in the yard. But because these were frozen, they're kind of wet, and if you mix them in with the batter before you put it on the pan, you end up with blue batter. I don't like blue batter, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Double check the temperature now. It'll cool off when you put cold batter on it. Yeah, that's too cool. See, electric skillets, the electric elements go on and off and on and off, and so your surface gets hot and cold, hot and cold. There's no like medium. It's either on or off. Whereas a nice gas stove with a thick iron pan, you can regulate the heat. So that's only 220 degrees. It cooled off too much. Now it's going to get too hot, but it'll work. Of course, I got my maple syrup, and I like to put that in the microwave oven to warm it up a little bit. And I normally take my plates and I put them in the microwave oven to warm them up so I serve a hot meal. So let me peek under this one and see how she's doing. Oh, beautiful color. Another few seconds. Look at that baby I made right there. So ordinarily you wait for them to start showing bubbles throughout it. And you want the edges to actually look like they're starting to dry out a little bit. That means you know you're getting a nice color. This one back here, see all the little bubbles coming up, cooking nicely, and it's sizzling now that I turned the heat up. So let's turn this one over. Beautiful. And I put them in a special order, so I know I'm going to follow that order as I flip, so they all get cooked about the same. Beautiful. That's that little baby. I don't know if you could hear that thing sizzling. The blueberries get moisture in them. You could hear it steaming off. Alright, give it a few more seconds. I need about less than a minute on this side, I think is about right. I don't like to play with them and pat them down, and I only touch them once. People like to play here and pat their food into flat pancakes. We don't want that. Good opportunity to clean as you go. Let's take a look. Oh, that's beautiful. So they are done. I'm going to shut this off. Got a plain one, a blueberry one, and another blueberry one. If you turn it over, you can see the blueberries, but that's not the prettiest side, but when you eat it, you'll get the blueberries. And my wife is sitting over there, so I'm going to serve her the first one. And put a little batter on it, a little maple syrup. And she already has the forks. Is yours, dear? I'm going to serve myself. Hope you had a good time.